Hello, and welcome to the ScrubPod Podcast, a hypothetical talk show where I talk to my pod of scrubs and learn why they are the way that they are. I am your host, Andy, and today I am joined by Derek, thrice repodcasted.
Hi.
This is your third time on the podcast.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah, hopefully this will work.
Yeah.
One day we'll get there.
We're there.
Yeah. This is it. This is the big league. Episode 9.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's so good.
I know. Can you imagine doing something for 9 weeks straight?
Yeah, that's some consistency and dedication, Andy.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be better. The reward's gonna feel better at 10 weeks.
Oh my gosh, yeah, number 10's coming up.
Number 10. Yeah. But that 9 is not a good anniversary topic. I have to have higher expectations for my goals, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It can't always just be like, I did a podcast for 9 weeks. I did my laundry today. I gotta have a little higher expectations from myself.
I will say you've chosen interesting, fun topics that have either been educational or ridiculous and wacky for all 9 of those episodes.
That is my sweet spot in, like, you know, that's just my sweet spot in my life. That's the type of stuff that I'm trying to do. If I'm not amazing you with my knowledge, I'm going to try and dazzle you with my bullshit.
I think that's the Andy-tainment that people are looking for.
That is the high quality Andy-tainment when people are talking about Andy-tainment. Not Andy-taintment. That is on a different website.
Yeah, that's not on YouTube.
That's not on YouTube. You got to put a minus between the...
It's Andy fans.
Andy fans. Only Andy.
Only Andy. Yeah.
But today we're going to talk about the scourge of Commander, everyone's least favorite, and honestly the most overhated part of Commander is combo. I
agree and disagree with that statement for many reasons.
Yeah, it's like it's a nuanced topic that warrants further discussion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I play a lot of combo. I haven't met too many people in local game stores that are particularly mad about combo in general, but there is some talk to be talked about when it comes to specific combos and the game actions you're taking that affects the other players, right?
Yeah. So let's first kind of define what combo is. Combo in Magic the Gathering is a type of deck that seeks to end the game by a very powerful synergy. Sometimes it's 2 cards that because of the wording of the game lets you just end the game right there by milling out your opponents, dealing infinite damage, creating infinite creatures. And combo is one of the oldest and most, in my opinion, wonderful and fascinating genre of deck out there because it dates all the way back to Alpha with the whole combo of Channel Fireball, where there was a deck that was just Black Lotuses, Channel, and Fireball, and that could kill your opponent on turn 1. Once they figured out real rules, combo kind of took a backseat until the card pool got a lot bigger and a lot more expansive, and then we ended up with arguably known as the first real combo deck to win a major tournament, Frostbloom, which is a deck about discarding cards from your hand to make mana, and then you end up casting a huge drain life and drawing your whole deck. And it's very fun, but in Commander, combo works a little bit differently. I argue that most decks in Commander are combo decks, because if you're not trying to win by reducing someone's life total to 0, that's the only other way to really win. You can either slowly whittle down by having them just draw go, but even then, that feels like kind of like a lock on the game, which is known as a prison deck, which I consider combo control. But combo has been kind of like a hot button issue. Like, a lot of new players don't like combo because it's, how do you deal with it? And the secret to dealing with combo is you just got to know what cards do. And if you're a new player, that's hard because you don't know a whole lot of cards. But if you're around the block a lot, you kind of see similar cards, you know what kind of combos and synergizes with others, and you're able to recognize and deal with like proper threat assessment. Oh, this person has a sanguine bond out.
Oh yeah, Blood Bond is one of the most iconic combos for new players.
Exactly. That's A plus B. We're going to talk more in depth about Blood Bond. And combos are specifically A plus B combos, which are just 2-card combos, are relegated to bracket 3 and up, and even then, only late game 2-card combos can be done in bracket 3.
If the ceiling for combos is Thassa's Oracle and Demonic Consultation, and that's, I think, like 3 mana as early as turn 1, right?
Yeah.
And that's at the top, and then next you would have bracket 4, where you have infinite 2-card combos, and that could be anywhere from turn 3 to turn 7, right, or onward. And then you have bracket 3, where most of your 2-card infinite combos are coming after turn 5 or 6,
Yeah.
right? And at that point in time, if you're an experienced seasoned player, or even like a new player with some good guidance or some great game knowledge, you can know that you need interaction to stop these things. Rule 0 is a great way to kind of get an idea of what someone's deck is trying to do, especially in Commander with a friendly pod. People are more than welcome and happy to talk about what their deck does, what they're aiming to do. The other day, yesterday, I sat down to play with 3 other people, and we talked about what our decks are trying to do. I was playing Tamiyo, draw my whole deck, proliferate. I lost because I drew my whole deck without a win condition.
There you go.
It got psych rifted. Someone was playing one of the precons from Final Fantasy, and they were saying, oh yeah, I don't have any infinite combos. And then we were playing through the game, they're like, oh shit, wait a minute. I think I do have an infinite combo in here. And it was like a Blood Bond, but with one of the pieces being different, like one of the copies.
Yeah.
But yeah, combo, I really like combos that require 3 or more cards, because I think that if you can pull that off, it is spectacular to see go off. But
Exactly.
yeah, the 2-card combos are, I wouldn't say like super lame. It just depends on the way you go about it, right?
Yeah, no, like it's bad when your entire deck is designed to combo off like that, where your game plan is to just cast Thassa's Oracle and then Demonic Consultation. Everything you're doing beforehand is digging for either the Demonic Consultation and the Thassa's Oracle, or the Force of Will and Force of Negation, Fierce Guardianship to protect it. So that way when you do land it, it's safe and you're protected. And that is kind of lame sometimes, because sometimes that's not the game you want to play, especially in brackets 2 and 3, where
Absolutely.
where CEDH is fine at that. They have so many combos that are really fun, and I play A plus B combos that could go off as early as turn 3 in some of my decks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, well, 1, I think they fit the vibe of the deck, and 2, if someone has a problem with that, I just change out 1 card.
Yeah.
Like,
So true.
And like, whenever I cast a spell that's innocuous or anything like that, I always answer honestly, like, hey, is this part of a combo? And I'm like, yes, it is. And they're like, oh, what is it combo with? And I'll list it off every now and then. I'll try and be vague sometimes, because I'm like, I have the other card in hand and I want to resolve. But
yeah.
when you have the A and the B, and you just end the game and you just get to play another game, that's the type of vibe. But with 3 pieces, or even 4 or 5, that is where you kind of just build an engine that wins you the game. And those are like the most fun combo decks.
I really like decks that have the combo built into it and it isn't the main strategy. I do play decks where my commanders are either a combo piece or they're a value engine that works as a combo. Rakdos the Muscle, for example, he's a great piece for committing crimes, exiling top card of other people's libraries. You can get an infinite combo of sack triggers going. You can mill everybody out, right? But also, he's a great form of card advantage, whether I'm stealing other people's cards or going through my own library to find pieces to accelerate my game plan. on the other hand, you have like Quasar, who you gain a life whenever you draw a card and target opponent loses a life, right?
Mhm.
That she combos with 2 other cards to infinitely draw your whole library and ping someone to death.
Yeah, we're going to talk about her in the A plus B section too.
Oh my gosh, perfect.
Yeah, but my ideal combo, is, especially in Commander, is I like it when a combo deck only works because of the Commander.
Oh yeah?
Like, for a while this summer, I was playing a lot of Raygost, Deft Gastronaut, Lobster Chef.
Oh yeah, we had some great games with Lobster Chef.
Yeah, and he had the ability of giving all of your artifacts become food, which synergized extremely well, dare I say comboed well, with Nuka-Cola Vending Machine, which says whenever you sacrifice a food, you create a treasure. Treasure would also be a food, so you would sacrifice that, and then you would just have infinite treasures, infinite tap treasures. But so what you would need is a lot of other pieces in order for that to work. You need a sacrifice outlet for your artifacts first, which in my case usually was like a Clark Clan Ironworks. So that's infinite mana right there. But that doesn't win you the game. And on top, so I would need like another piece, like the Weft Waker from Edge of Eternity is when an artifact enters, it pings everyone for 1. So you need 4 pieces in order for that to work. And it does not work if you kill the commander.
You would either run through your deck with cards that you draw and discard, or you would like get Savine's Reclamation, blow something up to get value, to then go find it, get it back later. You had a lot of different lines and ways to get there, and it was kind of schnasty for a while.
Yeah, no, it was a traditional combo deck in the sense that it really only won from the combo deck. Like, decks running Thassa's Oracle and Demonic Consultation, they still have 98 other cards in there that are hopefully can, like, you know, win through other means. But with Raygost, that was like, yeah, no, I have to find a way to combo out somehow. Make either infinite treasures or infinite food or a lot of food and just slowly whittle people down. But every piece in there was a line that lets you get another piece of the puzzle, which is a very cool way to build your combo decks. That's how you kind of have it all. It's, okay, I play Inventor's Fair. Well, what does Inventor's Fair get? Inventor Fair goes and gets any artifact. So do I need my sack outlet? Okay, I'll go grab my KCI. Do I need to draw cards? Okay, I'm going to go grab an expedition map, which then gets me Fomori Vault. And then from Fomori Vault, you go and find more answers that way, and you broaden the spectrum from there.
How much interaction were you running to protect your combo pieces?
I was not running a whole lot of interaction because not the best deck builder when it comes to protection. Especially in red-white, where it was a lot harder to interact with. Like, I would play like a Silence or an Orum's Chant as the main form of protection from there. You could also be on Grand Abolisher, Voice of Victory, all these stuff that prevents interaction. But what I would do is, instead of replacing it with interaction to protect my combo, I was running like stuff like Savine's Reclamation, Argivarian Find, which are cards that make it so that way instead of comboing off, if I can't combo off that turn, I'm going to be able to combo off the next turn. Or I'm going to recur those pieces, which is good because it also gives the table time too. If someone tries to combo off, that immediately puts a target on your back.
Oh yeah.
And they see you fizzle out, that kind of like reduces the threat level of you. But also at the same time, that puts the idea in their head that they can win at any time. We should take care of them while they're down.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Which is the way you should play it.
Yeah, Kara's Orzhov Vampires deck, where I think she has 5 or 6 pieces of the Sanguine Bond, and then 2 pieces that are like Exquisite Blood, where everybody targets her down at the 1 LGS.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone knows you're playing a combo deck, like your pieces got to go because anything can set it off.
Yeah, if you have, especially in those late games, if you have a bunch of mana open and 2 cards on hand, those 2 could just end the game right there.
Oh, for sure.
To some, that's like kind of like a bummer way to end the game. But I really like the combo decks that I play where it's just set like these elaborate Rube Goldberg machines. Like yesterday I was playing Is It Rocks, which I actually have built, podcast listeners.
Oh my gosh, Is It Rocks is exactly like we said,
yeah.
Actually an artifacts deck.
It's it's a landfall deck, but it's actually an artifact deck, and I'm running a lot of combos in that deck. Mainly through some tech I stole from CEDH actually. was I played a lot of Dog Thrass
Oh
in
yeah.
CDH, which one of the win cons was a Boro Breeze Caller, which is pay 2 mana and return a land to your hand to untap a land. So if you have a land that taps for a bajillion mana,
Oh yeah.
and then
What's the name of that
Talon Gates of
land?
Madara, which is a land where you can pay mana to put it from your hand onto the battlefield.
Isn't Gaia's Cradle? Is that what I'm?
That's the one that's in CDH, but you
Yeah.
can't run that in Is It Rock. So I'm running the blue artifact one that's stationed
Oh,
from
that's right.
from Edge of Eternities. That's 1 blue and tap, and you get a blue for each artifact you control, which makes it so it's great on its own. Every time I've played it, I've been able to station 12 within like the first within 3 turns of
That's
playing
huge.
it, which is like great. Yeah, I know, great card. Um, Chalarian Academy, a land that does that normally just taps to add a blue for each artifact you control. That's banned in Commander.
Valid.
So this is another one that's significantly powered down. But if you have a lot of rocks and you play an Urza and you get your construct, construct can just tap and just station it immediately. It's
I also made one of the decks we talked about. I made the shovel deck
Oh,
with
yeah.
Corum the Undertaker, but it secretly has Dark Depths, Merit Lage, Secret Commander in the 99. I actually love it. It's kind of ridiculous. It's not a powerful deck. I'd probably put it at bracket 2, with a backup plan of throwing Yargle and Multani in the graveyard and hoping there's no hate. But it's shoveling. I get to play lands from other people's graveyards
up
and cast their
shoveling.
spells. Yeah, it's not optimized, but it is a great time.
I saw mommy kissing a grave digger.
Whoa.
Yeah, instead of Santa, you know.
Corum is the magic Santa. He gives me all the gifts from everyone's
He
library.
gives you so many gifts of recently decayed bodies.
Yeah, you want to storm off with all your friends' library? Just ramp.
I really like the idea in Quorum, because if I'm not mistaken, you can take land from Quorum, right?
Yep.
So if you mill a forest, someone's forest, and you play it, that's basically Quorum just saying, here, and just shovels up a lot of sod and just swings it over, and that's your land.
Yeah. He be digging for whatever you got and I got.
He really be digging. Trying to think of my decks. Yeah, I've been playing. I have some less combo decks, but they're also I had a little bit of an intervention where people came up to me and was like, "Hey, Andy, gotta chill with the combo." Because I kept winning out of nowhere. Because I became a combo player early on in my Magic career because I kept losing Magic games.
Yeah.
Where like I would try and build a board, but it was never enough. I'd get board wiped, back to square one. So I'm like, all right, how do I win now? Oh, if I just play these 2 cards at the same time, I get to kill someone.
You get to win the game.
Yeah. So my combo choice when I started on was I was on Helm of Obedience combo with Rest in Peace, which are both which Rest in Peace should see a lot more play in Commander.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in Peace is a enchantment that I would be able to tutor out with Zur the Enchanter that says when it enters the battlefield, you exile all graveyards, and if a card would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, you exile it instead. And Helm of Obedience is an artifact for 4 mana, and you could pay X and tap it. Target player mills X cards until X number of cards are put into their graveyard, and then you get a creature from there. But that doesn't matter because you don't stop milling until X number of cards hit their graveyard,
And they never hit.
which they never hit the graveyard. So you have to keep going, and you just mill one person's library out at a time. Which I didn't have a lot of ways to do untap stuff. So in a pot of 4 people, I would just slam that down and just either go one at a time, or I would have to like politic and wait until it was 1v1, then land that off. And then they printed Thassa's Oracle, and life just got easier.
It's always someone on the internet said this. It's always the babies of something, right? Like it's never Thassa herself that wins you the game, but it is Thassa's Oracle. Including stuff like the Displacer Beast Kitten and Badger Mole Cub. Right? I think Prof said it now that I'm saying it out loud. But Yeah, that always blows my mind. Where a specific card like that just says you win the game, right? There's only a
Yeah.
few of them, and not I don't know too many that are staple to a particular combo, but there's there's a lot of ways to win in combo. It's I think you're right where it is one of the most salt inducing for Commander, especially when new players are just trying to battle cruise,
Mm-hmm.
play all their dinosaurs, build up a big
Yeah, I
board,
just
swing
got
out.
my 10-10 Eldrazi. What do you mean you won the game?
Yeah, exactly. Right? Like it's a battle of numbers at that point, but you're going for a battle of speed
Mm-hmm.
when you're comboing off.
Exactly. And we're going to talk into the most popular played combos in Commander. Exquisite Blood and Sanguine Bond,
Yep.
which, for people who don't know, Exquisite Blood says whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. And Sanguine Bond says whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. That's
Wow.
as simple as a 2-card combo gets. You just swap some words around. This card does the inverse of this, and together they go infinite. I think this is usually a lot of people's first combo they like either see or try and put into their deck.
It was
Because
my
it's
first combo.
yeah, it's the simplest combo out there because it's relatively expensive. They're both 5 mana black enchantments, so it's hard to get to in a game. And then you need some way to trigger it, which is either someone either loses life or you gain life, which is
Yeah.
not a hard trigger to do, but it's definitely one of the most powerful combos out there.
That makes the most sense. My girlfriend, Kara, she plays the Orzhov deck, which is exclusively Blood Bond combos.
Mm-hmm.
And we played in a pod yesterday at Bracket 3, and she ended up getting killed first, which I think is fair when you're a bracket above where you need to be based on definitions, but the way the deck plays isn't always consistent and doesn't hold up interaction to protect the combo.
Yeah, but it's also in bracket 3, you're not running as much interaction, where you're a lot more proactive than reactive.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the problem with a lot of these combo decks, where it's like it gives a lot of people a crutch, where it's, hey, I played one piece, I let everyone know this is a combo piece, we went around the table, no one did anything.
Yep.
Which is sometimes no one has anything. And there's so many offshoots of the Exquisite Blood Sanguine combo. Vito, Thorn of Dusk Rose is a Sanguine Bond. Bloodthirsty Conqueror is an Exquisite Blood. But we're going to talk about another combo. This is a combo I have run in decks before. Quote-unquote casual decks before brackets came out. This is Dramatic Reversal and Isochron Scepter.
Oh, yeah.
For those who don't know, Isochron Scepter is 2-mana artifact where it has imprint. When it enters the battlefield, you exile an instant you control with converted mana cost 2 or less. Pay 2 mana and tap it to cast the instant to copy the exiled spell. And Dramatic Reversal is 1 in the blue. Untap all on-land permanents you control. So if you have a Soul Ring out, you play Isochron Scepter, imprint Dramatic Reversal, tap your Soul Ring, that untaps your Isochron Scepter and your Soul Ring, and you cast infinite spells. That's infinite Magecraft triggers, infinite Storm Count, or if you have another mana rock out, infinite mana.
Yeah.
Or if you have something like Temple Bell, everyone just draws their whole decks.
Ooh, it's rough.
That one's a good combo because it's very similar to Raygost, where you need another piece in order to win.
Mm-hmm.
That on its own doesn't win you the game. I've seen it plenty of times where it does win the game, but it always has like another piece that's going to win you the game. So that's where you get a little bit more flavor into it, which is like I saw people playing it in doing this combo in Mystic Forge deck, where Mystic Forge is you tap it and pay 1 life to exile the top card of your library. He almost killed himself trying to find the last piece of the puzzle to win.
Oh, jeez.
And he didn't kill himself because I got the lightning bolt before he did. I like these types of combos where you do need a finisher. You need another piece of the puzzle because, yeah, losing your combo is bad, but also being able to stifle a win because of that is nice. kind of like having you know that comic that's just like, hey, look how hard I could pee. And it's just a guy peeing really fast. And you know what I'm talking about? Am I crazy
have
here?
no idea. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Oh, well, they're all stick figures. But it feels like that, you know? It's, okay, cool, good for you.
You're like, cool story, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, you can pee real fast, pee real hard.
Since we're talking about 2-card combos, I figured I'd like to pivot from black to blue with Peregrine Drake and Deadeye Navigator. This is another combo where you need a third piece to really shine with infinite mana. Oh yeah, you were talking about Isochron Scepter.
Yeah.
And Dramatic Reversal. So
blue and black are like the combo colors, I feel.
Yeah, you were
They're
playing
the
red
sneaky
white
colors, you know?
Yeah, it's forbidden knowledge hidden away. You got demons whispering in your ear, secrets of your deck. But to the listeners out there who don't know, Deadeye Navigator is 4 generic and 2 blue pips. It's a 5/5 spirit with Soul Bond. As long as Deadeye Navigator is paired with another creature, each of those creatures has, quote, pay 1 generic and 1 blue, exile this creature, then return it to the battlefield under your control. What Soul Bond means is when it enters the battlefield, you pick a creature and it bonds to that creature, right? So that way you can repair it with another creature, I think, when you flicker it. Peregrine Drake is 4 generic and 1 blue pip. It's a 2/3 Drake with flying. When Peregrine Drake enters the battlefield, untap up to 5 lands. So you play Peregrine Drake, you untap your 5 lands, play the Deadeye Navigator, and then if you have 2 available, 2 mana, 1 blue and 1 generic, you can tap and untap all your lands, basically.
Yeah, that's infinite mana.
Yeah.
Infinite mana, infinite creature, and ETB. I love this combo in particular because I have both of them in foil secret layers.
No way.
And they're beautiful because the Deadeye Navigator is like this ghost pirate, like very Davy Jones. Not SpongeBob Davy Jones, not
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean Davy Jones. Wait, this might be my what is it? That memory thing where you can't tell, where something doesn't seem right. The Nelson effect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Was the ghost pirate in SpongeBob Davy Jones or the Flying Dutchman?
It was the Flying Dutchman.
Okay.
Yeah. I just rewatched that episode where he first was featured.
We watched that together.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where that got me confused. Oh, it's the Mandela effect.
Mandela.
Not Nelson.
I was like, I don't know who Nelson is.
And the Peregrine Drake looks like a really cool wyvern, where it has like the beautiful like bird wings, like lizard scales, dragon face, and talons.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. But that's another one of those combos where it's okay. You need something else on the battlefield to win, which is usually in that case, like when I see that, my first mind goes to like Guide of Souls, Soul's Attendant, Soul Warden, and creature enters the battlefield gain a life.
I think of Thrasios and Kinnan as mana sinks.
You went straight into the CDA.
Yeah, because that's I made a Tameo deck. And I'm trying to make it as bracket 4 to bracket 5 as possible on the current collection I have without going out of my way. It needs some work. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, any mana sink really.
Yeah. Speaking of, okay, I don't have a good segue for this. I'm going to talk about Dualcaster Mage and Twin
Dualcaster Mage and Twin Flame.
Dualcaster Mage and Twin Flame. What up, Twin?
What's up, Twin?
Yo, you digging in your butt, Twin?
Only the flames are digging in your butt, Twin.
Yo, you dualcasting on my mage? I'm gonna straight up Twin Flame on you.
She dualcasting on my mage till I Twin Flame.
So, the way this combo works is you have a creature on the mountain. It needs to be a creature. Let's call this creature Derek. Say hi, Derek.
Hi, I'm on the battlefield.
I'm going to target you with Twin Flame.
Uh-oh.
Choose any number of target creatures I control. I'll choose Derek. For each of them, create a token that's a copy of that token. except it has haste. Exile this tokens at the beginning of the next end step. So for 2 mana, I'm gonna get a copy of Derek, and I exile at the end of turn.
Yeah.
But it has haste, so it's just gonna swing in. But wait, before that spell resolves, I'm gonna hold priority, and I'm gonna flash in Dualcaster Mage, which is a 3 mana 2/2 wizard, human wizard. When it enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets. So you cast Dualcaster Mage, you copy Twin Flame while it's still on the stack. You can pick a new target, and that new target's going to copy Dualcaster Mage. So you have a token of Dualcaster Mage that then enters the battlefield while the original Twin Flame is still on the stack. So you copy the original Twin Flame, you get another Dualcaster Mage, and you make infinite Dualcaster Mages.
Infinite enter the battlefield effects.
But more importantly, that's infinite 2/2s
Yeah.
with haste. So you just swing out. There you go. Your work is done. You need 5 red mana. You need 1 mana geyser.
I love Mana Geyser.
Mana geyser.
I
Hardly know her.
Oh,
I'm gonna add some applause into there.
One of my other favorite combos I've been playing recently is with my Cormella Glamour Thief deck. Dark Ritual, it's an instant for 1 black mana. You add 3 black mana, and then there's Saw in Half. I absolutely love this card for so many reasons. It says for 2 generic and 1 black, instant speed, destroy target creature. If that creature dies this way, its controller creates 2 tokens that are copies of that creature, except their base power is half, and that creature's power and their base toughness is half that toughness. Round up each time. The flavor text says the audience always loves it, but the volunteers are divided. So,
fuck you, Spider-Man.
So for me, this is for when I play this deck, it's a 2-card combo because I generally have my commander out, right? Which is Cormella. So you have Cormella in play, you tap her, you float 3 mana, 2 blue, a blue, a red, and a black. Use the black for Dark Ritual to then cast Saw in Half. You kill Cormella, getting Dark Ritual back to your hand, and then you cast Saw in Half, and then the other Cormella dies to the legend roll, and then you get Saw in Half back to your hand, right? And so if you're using the blue and red mana instead of the 3 black, 2 of the 3 black, you can get infinite blue and red mana to cast instants and sorceries, but you're also infinitely killing Cormella over and over and over again and recasting the Dark Ritual because you get a black floating or 2 black floating. You just get infinite black mana. I usually like to put that into Crackle with Power or Exsanguinate.
Yeah, classics.
But at that point, like infinite Magecraft triggers, and I can either draw my whole deck from there or get a million treasures and kind of go crazy from there.
And we're back.
And we're back.
But the 2-card combo I've been doing is Chain of Smog and Witherbloom Apprentice. Witherbloom Apprentice is black and a green for 2/2 human wizard with Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, you gain a life and each opponent lose a life. In combos with Chain of Smog, that says for 1 and a black, target player discards 2 cards. That player may then choose to copy the spell. They may choose new targets. So what you do is you cast Chain of Smog, target yourself, you discard 2 cards, target yourself again, you discard 2 cards, because it doesn't keep asking you if they have the cards to discard. You just copy it infinite amount of times, and you just kill your opponents that way, straightforward, with the Witherbloom Apprentice Magecraft triggers.
Delicious.
Very nutritious. That's the best way I've seen people win CEDH games without playing blue. That's not Get Rog Monster.
Yeah, black-green combo.
Yeah. Black-green combo, but no. We're gonna move into the next section actually, where I want to talk about commanders that are just combo.
Yeah.
There's a joke that a lot of commanders, or there's some cards that just combo with the bag of chips someone left on the side of the table.
Oh, yeah. That, like, I saw a meme about that where they're like, oh, is that Ygritte? Yeah, combos with a tin can.
Yeah.
And then they draw a tin can for turn.
Mm-hmm. You know, like, I want to talk about my very sportial boy.
Sportial?
Sportial, Gave Guru Spores.
What?
Yeah, he's a... I played him a lot before you here, but...
Yeah, I never got to see your reserve phase either.
Yeah, but for 2 in Abzan, so 2 white, black, green, for a fungus shaman, 0/0 fungus shaman, when it enters the battlefield with 5+1/+1 counters on it. You may pay 1 generic to remove a +1/+1 counter from it to create a 1/1 green sapperling. And then you could pay 1 generic to sacrifice a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So using a very fun website called Commander Spellbook, which is a website where you can plug in magic cards and it tells you what the cards they combo with. You can upload your deck and it'll find the combos for you. I put in Gave and it has 149 known combos.
Oh my gosh.
So when I went on my quest to collect dual lands, I got my Scrubland first, then my Bayou, and then I got my Savannah because I wanted to play Abzan and have all of the dual lands in there. And I built Gave all infinites. And no one had fun with that. Because if you have something like Ashnod's Altar, that pays for the cost. And then you need something else like Doubling Season or Cathar's Crusade, and that just gives you infinite +1/+1 counters, which gives you infinite creatures, because that allows you to net counters and creatures and mana.
You just reminded me that I have all of those cards.
Yeah. Also have a Mazarek Crowl, Death Priest, Good Fortune Unicorn, Parallel Lives, Rosie Cotton of South Lane, Chatterfang.
Oh, yeah.
Anointed Procession, Utopia Mycon.
So how many games did you play where people just moaned and groaned and you won at like between turns 4 and 6?
Enough for me to start feeling bad.
Okay.
There was one time where I was playing against someone and they, like, I comboed off, like, it was like turn 6 or 7. This was before the bracket system, and they were like, oh, okay, that was a bummer of a game. And we played another game, and I was running him back. And then my friend, who's great Magic player, he brought out Is It Pirates? Because Malcolm Keen-Eyed combos with Glinthorn Buccaneer to deal infinite damage.
Oh.
And they got that out much faster than that guy got up and left the store. And so me and that guy, me and Is It Pirates laughed about it. It was really funny, but because he was definitely salting off a little too much. But I like having a all infinite deck just because it's really fun to deck build, but it also gives you so many like lines. It's not A plus B plus C. It's A plus D equals E, which gives me F, which synergizes with J. And if I carry by H...
Yeah, Lagrella the Magpie is also in that vein where you can create an infinite bounce engine to either make everyone mill their whole deck or just get some like crazy exile situations.
Yeah. I want to talk about 2 cards actually right now. They don't combo with each other necessarily, but I had a deck, like a quote-unquote combo deck.
Mm-hmm.
It ends with a combo, but it can play an aggro and like a normal game plan very well. One is mono black machine guns, and the other is mono white machine guns.
What makes them machine guns?
So both of these cards combo with a card called Walking Ballista.
Oh.
So I'm going to talk about Macias the Unhallowed first.
Okay.
So 3 black for a 5/5 zombie cleric. It has Intimidate, and whenever a human deals damage to you, destroy it. Other non-human creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Undying.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
gross.
Walking Ballista is a XX construct that enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. You can just remove a +1/+1 counter on it, and it deals 1 damage to any target.
It's a 0/0?
It's a 0/0 that enters the battlefield with X counters on it. And you can pay 4 generic to just put a counter on it as well. So it only gets bigger. It's only It's so good. It's one of my favorite cards. It's in my top 10 Magic cards.
Well, if you... Oh, wait. I saw there's a Heliod combo
That's
with
the
that.
white and mono white machine
Oh,
guns.
okay. Yep.
But this is a genre of card called like Triskelions, where there's cards that remove +1/+1 counters from them and to deal 1 damage to target. Triskelion being like the first big combo. And I wanted to build a deck that's just all those types of cards.
Okay.
So it's technically mono black, but it's only playing colorless creatures. And it's technically mono white, but only playing colorless creatures. Heliod, God of the Sun.
He's evil.
Sorry, Heliod Sun Crowned. This is the second Heliod, not to be confused with the first or the third one. Heliod Sun Crowned for 2 and a white, 5/5 God, indestructible. Has as long as your devotion to white is less than 5. Heliod isn't a creature. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or enchantment you control. It has 1 and a white. Another target creature gains lifelink until end of turn. So you give your Walking Ballista lifelink, remove a counter, ping someone for 1. That's lifelink. That puts a counter back on Walking Ballista. Remove that counter, ping them again. Everyone's dead.
It's so good. Can you tutor that with Enlightened Tutor?
Yeah, both are Enlightened Tutorable because Heliod is an enchantment and Walking Ballista is an artifact.
I love and hate how gross that is.
Yeah.
I would love to make a Mardu machine gun deck.
Mardu machine gun would be really fun. Orzhov machine guns I've thought a lot about.
Yeah.
But keeping them monocolored I think would have a lot more taste.
Yeah, because you're aiming for a specific game plan with that, and if that's your commander, yeah, it's just gross.
Yeah, it's gross, but it's my type of gross, you know?
Yeah.
It is
It's so good.
It's so good. It ends the game.
Yeah. I think
if you're like me and your favorite thing about playing a game of Magic is playing a second game of Magic, it's so good.
Yeah, especially oh my gosh. I get into these situations where the first game somebody combos off really early and everyone's like, "Oh, that was so quick." Game 2, and then it turns into like a hell slug where board wipe after board wipe, no one can get anything up, everything's getting removed and no one can get any ground, right? Like somebody was the threat at one point, but that was like 3 hours ago.
Yeah. That's always the problem with Commander. It's either sometimes it's a 20-minute game or it takes forever. Yesterday I went to the LGS and I was in a pod of 3. We played 3 games. We each all won 1 game, which was
nice.
Perfect. But every game we won was an incredible game as well. Because game 1, it was on like my opponent my opponent who's been there the longest, knew Magic really well. He was playing Tatiova lands. Very I don't want to say generic build. It had some sauce, but not a whole lot of sauce, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was doing the thing. And it's very you took a game action here, have a cookie. But
yesterday I was playing against Merfolk and I feel the same way.
Yeah, I know. And so he won game 1. Game 2, I was playing Is It Rocks and I was able to combo off. And then game 3, I switched over to Gruul Hate Bears. I have a Rurik Thar all creature deck.
It's so mean.
That's just every instance of like, hey, whenever you activate an ability, you take 1 damage. Whenever you cast a spell, I get a 1/1 insect. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you take 6 damage. And one of my opponents was playing... one opponent was on... I forget her name. The white-black angel that lets you pay life instead of commander tax.
Oh, yes. I don't remember.
And it was like a white-black soul sister blood artist like synergy deck where anytime a creature entered, someone lost a bunch of life. And then the other person was on Atraxa, the proliferate one, but it was like all +1/+1 counters.
Oh, nice.
And it was a pretty chill deck. It was like not the scary. We were like, whoa, Atraxa. And he was like, no, it's not like that. You know, to his credit, it wasn't like that.
I never got to play against an Atraxa like that.
I'll ruin it for you.
Okay. I look forward to it because I'm thinking about building one myself.
Mm-hmm. But that game was a slog because he had like whenever a creature enters the battlefield, that he gains a life, and the person that enters the battlefield loses a life. And he had like if someone gains a life, if he gained a life, someone else lost a life. And I had things on the battlefield where, hey, if a creature enters the battlefield under my control, each opponent takes damage. And I had a spider that said whenever an opponent casts a spell, I get a 1/1 spider. And so, like, we were basically breaking even. Anytime someone played a spell, we were all losing a little bit more life, except for the Atraxa player.
Oh, yeah.
And he was just eating a lot of the burn. And then he got down to 1 life, and it was at a point where if any player cast a spell, that player would have lost.
Oh.
Because either I would cast a spell, which would have been a creature, burns people out. If he casts a spell, I create a creature, burn people out if he casts a spell. But we didn't know he had on his battlefield Odric. And he had a big board. He gave his whole board of creatures with +1/+1 counters on it, lifelink, flying, vigilance, death touch, and just swung at people. And he just recuperated immediately. And we were still so low on life. He was literally at 1 life. My opponent saved him. He was like, I can cast a spell. I can cast my commander, but I'm not going to. He literally missed it. It's like, I should have killed you.
Yeah, that's cool.
We all learned a valuable lesson that day. Remember, kill your opponents.
Yep.
Finish the job. They're at 1 life. Okay. They can still win. Kill them. Get ready for game 2.
Or yeah, I guess, is that game 3 or 4?
That was game 3, so that was a great game to end the night on.
Yeah.
I was drinking a big glass of hubris juice.
My goodness.
But yeah, having Oops All Combo as a deck, like one of my favorite commanders that screams combo recently has been Corvold, Fakehurst King.
Oh yeah, he's really popular.
Yeah, 2 red, black, green, 2 Enjund for a dragon noble. When it enters the battlefield, or when he enters the battlefield or attacks, you sacrifice a permanent. And whenever you sacrifice a permanent, you draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on him.
Treasures,
lands, clues, blood artists, and the world's your oyster when it comes to your Corvold. But I've never seen a fair Corvold deck where they only use the sacrifice once per turn.
Yeah.
It's always been, I'm just gonna listen, I have this Phyrexian altar here and this Gravecrawler in my graveyard. And if I have this other zombie on the battlefield, I'll just loop this over and over again, draw my whole deck. Corvold's infinitely big. Swing out with everyone.
Yeah.
He's
evasive, and you're in green, so you get trample.
But I also like him because you can build him in so many different senses. You can build him in so many different angles. Like, you can make generic sacrifice or generic aristocrats, where you just have like your creature, you create tokens, you sacrifice them, put them in the machine, you get something better out of it. Or you could focus on the artifact token route, where you go Academy Manufacturer to create food or clues that you sacrifice to draw cards. Or you can go with the land destruction route, where you have squandered resources, self-land destruction, I might add you.
Yeah.
Not destroy your other players' lands. And you just like sacrifice all your land over it. Like you just play Reign of Filth and reprocesses. And you just draw cards that way. And it becomes... That's my favorite way to play Corvold, because that feels like living on the edge. Like, that's living La Vida Loca right there.
Yeah, especially because in green, you have access to playing lands from your graveyard, and then exploration effects. You
got that. You got Splendid Reclamation, Crucible of Worlds, Walk-In Closet, Yawgmoth's Will. You got a lot of fun stuff to like be able to like do like a cool combo, and that's actually going to bring us to another topic I want to talk about. Combo players. Another bad rep that combo players get that I feel is unjustified is what is referred to as the 20-minute turn.
Oh yeah.
Or the pop-off.
Any Izzet deck that takes a half hour to 20 minutes to like draw their whole deck and then do nothing with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly, where they effectively end the game but don't win. and they just pop off looking to dirtle their way into a win. That, honestly, I was really against that. But if you've never taken a 20-minute turn, the high is unreal.
Yeah.
Like, I play a lot of, like...
Flubs the Fool.
Flubs the Fool. Listen, listeners, print out a proxy of Flubs the Fool, Turbo Fool, CEDH, and just goldfish that. It is a lot more mentally taxing than Solitaire, and you get to look at a cool frog the entire time. It's so fun to just like learn the lines of like all these decks, but I play a lot of Enchantress.
Yes.
And that one is just, okay, I'm going to play... The whole goal of an Enchantress deck is to turn Abundant Growth into Ancestral Recall. And you're constantly replacing cards, and then eventually you're going to start churning a profit with those cards. And those ones you don't play a whole lot of tutors, because you'll just draw your whole deck naturally if you just play the cards the way they were intended.
Yeah.
Like, I'll play my Argothi Enchantress. I'll play my Enchantress's Presence. I'll play my Eidolon of Blossoms. I'll play my Wild Growth. Okay, I drew 3 cards. I drew 3 more 1-mana enchantments.
Your Enchantress is so gross because you have
Enchantress.
so many little ladies that you cast an enchantment and then you get to draw like 3 cards.
Yeah, those
and
are my
then you
hoes.
Enchant your lands, right? So then they're tapping for 3 mana per land, and you're already at like 6 lands. And then you get to untap all of them because you have your Planeswalker commander.
Astrid. Yeah, that's the main hoe. That's Carmen Selectra.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, when you have a great engine going, it sometimes feels nicer than a combo because you can find anything you're looking for, whether it's responding to threats or finding your game-winning pieces. Like that's...
Or in my case, it's finding my combo.
Yeah, exactly. Like finding...
Where I find my Meticulous Excavation and my Sanctum Weaver, my Concordant Crossroads, and then draw the whole rest of my deck, and then win somehow.
Yep.
And like
make a million goifs.
Make a million goifs, make a million insects. Springheart Nantuko, something fun.
Squirrel.
You got a lot of fun options when it comes to the pop-off turns, and I love a good pop-off turn. Like when I'm watching, but like I'll have people that storm off, and like I'm the responsible adult. Like, okay, your storm count is 3. I keep track of storm for them so they can focus on that. I have another player write down the mana they currently have available, and like it's kind of like it feels like a team effort to help someone combo off, because like you don't get it too often. You know, it's like when surfers spend a whole day, like from dawn to dusk or early twilight, waiting for the wave. Only one person can really ride in that wave. And so they find someone that has the best chance at that, and they let them ride it, and then they help them, and they cheer them on. And that's what I think the 20-minute turn should be. I think people should not be on their phone. I think people need to make their decks a lot more complicated.
Oh, someone on the internet said this, and I had a conversation with one of our friends who's newer to Magic. I told him, and I really agree with this, that you need to enjoy watching other people play Magic, not just trying to push your own game plan and then zone out for the rest of the game. Because there are so many interesting ways to build decks with the card pool that we have in the year of our Lord 2025. And it's an immaculate way to get a better game sense. And you're right, like you've always been helping me find the line, even though you're knocked out of the game. You're like, hey, can I look over your shoulder and see what you got? And you're like, oh my gosh, you have it. You got to figure it out, but you have it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I always appreciate the support. And I think that, especially with new players and Avatar that just came out, it's really, really important that as a community, we encourage others, we see them ride that wave and find the line and cheer them on and not get salty every time. Although I do love playing some salty decks, but I'm seasoned.
Yeah.
But
speaking of Avatar, have you seen any cool Avatar combos pop up at all?
I mean, I have Long Fang and the Basking Brood Scale. That's an easy 2-card infinite combo, right? A creature dies, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. You make another creature, and you just get a huge Basilisk. I don't know if that's it. So you just get infinite death triggers from the Sacrificed Eldrazi, but
Like it's
one of the
infinite +1/+1
combos.
counters on your brood scale, right?
Yeah,
Look, it's big.
yeah, big boy.
Yeah. I just watched the new episode of Game Nights, featuring Brian David Gilbert of Polygon fame, Dropout, Internet. And spoiler alert for this episode of Game Nights if you haven't watched it, which I highly recommend you should do. He found an infinite combo accidentally in his deck
Oh, no way.
with Boomy Unleashed, where 3 red-green, 5/4 human noble ally with trample. When he enters, you earthbend 4. And whenever Boomy deals combat damage to a player, untap all lands you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Only land creatures can attack during that combat phase. So if you were to turn Boomy into a land and have him constantly hit every combat, that's infinite combats.
Oh my gosh.
So he found it with Ashaya, Voice of the Wild.
Yup, turn him into a forest.
Soul of the Wild, yeah. He becomes a forest and then just starts swinging stuff. It was a great game because he didn't win there on the spot. Highly recommend watching that. But Avatar has some cool combos. A lot of stuff with Hellkite Charger. And a lot of the normal stuff. Toph the First Metal Bender is like the most popular.
I opened a pack and it had all 3 Toph cards back to back to back.
What?
I traded them with Kara because I really like the Sokka card.
Mm-hmm.
I also got the Mystic Remora and the Comet and the scene where Aang and Katara are in the tunnel, the secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
I got a lot of cool mythics in my big box that I got. Didn't get Iroh. I did get Aang, the Bant Aang. I would love to make an Avatar deck for my oldest brother, who he's not a huge fan of the show because he's old. but I think he would. I think if he watched the show, he'd absolutely fall in love with it.
There's a combo I'm looking at. I'm gonna describe it as fixed Nadu.
Fixed Nadu?
Yeah, you know Monk Gyatso?
Yeah.
Gyatso? Whenever another creature you control becomes the target of a spell or an ability, you may airbend that creature. So if you have a free target ability like Nomad's Encore, or Lightning Greaves, or Shuko, and you have a creature with affinity, 2 artifacts on the battlefield, you can just blink that creature over and over and over and over and over again.
Or Doc Orlock.
Yeah, Doc Warlock gives you infinite airbending. That makes your airbending free.
Yep.
Bant airbending is that'd be a really fun deck to build, actually.
Web slinging and airbending are very interesting to me because they're both generally in Bant colors, and it's a lot of bouncing stuff. So I see the Wizards team really leaning into that with the new sets. Although I think I like airbending more.
Yeah, I definitely like airbending a lot more. All the bending mechanics I think are better than any of the better than Spider-Man, but I really love Mayhem.
Yeah, Mayhem.
I think that's a fun mechanic. But
yeah, water bending's cool, especially if you're playing artifacts or tokens. Firebending is just
putting
nuts.
a lot of water bending in rocks.
Yeah.
My rocks deck.
As you should.
Yeah. Firebending is really fun if you just have not just for combat tricks, but just for having like. Honestly, I want to build firebending Pyrohemia.
Pyrohemia?
Pyrohemia is a color shifted version of Pestilence, where for 3 red, it's an enchantment that enters the battlefield. Hold on, Pyrohemia for 2 red, it's an enchantment. At the beginning of each end step, if no creatures are on the battlefield, sacrifice this enchantment. You pay 1 red. This enchantment deals 1 damage to each creature and each player.
Oh no.
So I'm already thinking, oh, that's what I could do with my firebending.
Yeah.
That's where the firebending mana could go. I don't get the firebending creature back because it is symmetrical. So I only get it one turn, but if I can make one big turn where you just do something firebending X, like off of, say, like Sozin's Comet, I want to say.
Oh, I got that card. It's
Mhm.
so cool.
Yeah.
All your creatures get firebending 5 until end of turn.
Something like that. Yeah, something crazy.
I want to
Imagine
put
you think of the
that.
board of creatures with Pyrohemia. You just kill everyone. All you need to do is just be at a higher life total than your opponents, and you win the game that way.
I want to put that in my Tywakeen deck, so I can just ping everybody for 1, and then swing out, ping everyone for 1, turn that into 30 damage.
Yeah, there you go.
Ashling Flame Dancer and Electro both say you don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end.
That's really good too.
That's a replacement effect. I don't know how that layers with firebending because you only get it for combat.
You won't lose it.
You won't lose it?
I'm pretty sure you won't lose it.
Oh, sick. All right, then I'm throwing Sozin in here then.
Yeah, why not?
Not Sozin. Oh my god. I'm a real fan, guys. I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Avatar Roku. I have Avatar Roku, the saga. I'm gonna put him in there.
Roku.
He makes mana. He firebends. He makes dragons.
But is there any commanders that just, when they're plopped down on the table, you're like, oh, this is a combo deck that I don't want to play against?
Most things in Esper.
Mm.
But I would say specifically the ones that come to mind. Astarion from personal trauma. A lot of people who play that card are just trying to cut your life in half and then do it again.
Yeah.
Quasar, that's me. I'm the Quasar problem. There's a lot of games that ended abruptly with no real elevation of the game.
Quasar with the hands, Mr. Hands.
Yeah.
Drogskroll Reaver, that's my boy.
Niv Mizzet.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really big combo piece.
Yeah, I was about to bring up Niv Mizzet with Perun with Curiosity. Or the new Niv Mizzet, the combos of Niv Mizzet.
Yeah, Niv Mizzet just playing with himself.
Yeah. But can I tell you my favorite combo that I actually had in a deck? Like an A+B combo?
What's your favorite combo?
Drogskroll Reaver is combos with Quasar, combos with a lot of things. And it's also just like a really good...
Oh, the Spirit with Double Strike?
Yeah. 5 blue-white, so it's 7 mana, for a 3/5 Spirit with Flying, Double Strike, and Lifelink. And whenever you gain life, draw a card. That's really good line of text. We don't see that too often.
Yeah.
We also don't... You know what's another line of text we don't really see too often? Legendary creature Sharkbird. Shabraz the Sky Shark, 3 white, blue, 3/3, flyer. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on him, and you gain 1 life.
Oh no, yeah.
So the two of them, that's a real infinite because it can't be stopped. You have to hit the brakes yourself. Like, a lot of these are like, you may draw a card, you may gain a life, you may win the game. This one is no, you go infinite. Like, you will draw your whole deck, and if you don't have any cards in your library, you lose. Like,
you are a really fantastic Azorius player, and Azorius combo like that can be scary. I got into a situation like that where what you're saying is you have to draw everything. Somebody cast Wedding Ring targeting me, and I had Notion Thief.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was drawing through my whole deck because every time they would draw a card, I drew a card instead. And when I draw a card, they draw a card. And so the replacement effect just made it so I kept going, and I tried to Path to Exile or Swords my Notion Thief, but it got countered, so I ended up decking myself.
That's so hilarious. I love that.
Yeah.
That is that's playing with fire. That is Comeuppance is a different Magic card, but that's what you got.
Yeah.
I was on the other end of that where I had a Wedding Ring and Consecrated Sphinx out. So it's whenever an opponent draws a card, you may draw 2. So my partner drew a card. I draw 2. My partner saw that I drew 2. They draw 2 cards. They saw I drew 2 cards. I draw 4 cards.
Oh my
So it just ends with both of us drawing out our whole decks. But
you draw more, so then you would die hypothetically.
I would draw more, but it's also I had both cards on the deck. I had the ways to remove it a lot. I'm in blue-white.
Yeah.
I'll end the combo. I'm used to swordsing my own creatures. I'm swords, snap, unsummon, everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'll protect it. Don't you worry. It's actually not true because Consecrated Sphinx is a May ability.
Oh, yes, you can choose not to.
Yeah, I can just choose not to draw. I'll draw until I have the cards I need to win. My opponent has a lot of cards, but usually when you do this, because you need to do it on your turn.
That the words "you may" have saved so many people from decking themselves or halting the game because it's just infinite. You can't stop it.
Yeah. But can I tell you about my suicide combo?
Okay, what's the suicide combo?
So I talked about it on this podcast before, but I had a dinosaur deck that I built just as an excuse so that way I can get schwiggity shwasted and be able to play Magic without thinking. I built that deck around Ixalan, which was the first time they introduced dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And then they didn't introduce dinosaurs for a while until like M20. So it's like 3 or 4 years later we started getting new dinosaurs. And one of the new dinosaurs we got was a card called Marauding Raptor that says whenever a creature enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to that creature. It's symmetrical because your dinosaurs have Enrage, so whenever they take damage, they get an ability. There's a creature called Polyraptor that has the Enrage. Whenever it is dealt damage, you create a token that's a copy of Polyraptor.
Oh,
so Polyraptor enters, Marauding Raptor deals 1 damage to it, create a token of Polyraptor, and that's real infinite damage.
Mm-hmm.
And this sucked because if something like that is infinite and does not end, the game ends in a draw.
Yeah.
The game literally cannot function. You cannot choose to stop. So, and I was playing Gishoth. So at any time I played Gishoth, I had a chance of both of these cards coming out of the top of my library at any minute. Like, it was random when this would pop off. And people got really annoyed with me. So I was literally begged into playing Impact Tremors and Perforos God of the Forge. But my suicide button that I put in there was I put in Marauding Raptors, which is a dinosaur that says whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its owner takes 1 damage.
So you kill yourself so you don't stop the game?
I know. So it was a really fun Gishoth. I've gotten it off exactly twice. Where I swung with Gishoth, I look at the top 7 cards, and 3 of the dinosaurs were Polyraptor, Marauding Raptor, Rampaging Ferocidon, and I just die. And those were my favorite types of games. Like there's a lot of there's combos that make you win the game, but sometimes a combo that lets you lose the game is great. But I loved this one because it was entirely random. Like I was literally gambling. Like I was living on the edge with this dinosaur deck. A lot of people, I think more people should have a suicide button in their deck, but I think it does need to be random, you know? I want a deck to just quit on itself more often. I gotta figure out how to do that more often. I figured out easily with dinosaurs years ago, but I gotta figure out a way just to accidentally killing yourself is sometimes foolish, but it's also indisputably the most hilarious thing you could do in Magic.
Absolutely. Listeners, please put in ways that you've accidentally made yourself lose the game in Magic in the comments below. I would love to read some stories of the wacky stuff because there's so many cards.
So many cards. There's so many ways. There's the whole 1 with nothing theoretical turn 1 win. Turn 1 loss, sorry. Where you end your turn 1 with no cards in hand, no cards in your graveyard, no cards in your library. Everything's in exile, and you have no hand, so you just lose the next turn. Ristic Studies did a great video on that.
With Quasar and Marina Vandril's Grimoire, I think I could kill 2 people and then myself if I don't have the Laboratory Maniac out, and then just pick someone to win the game.
Yeah. Literal kingmake.
Yeah. Oh, that's evil.
There's a lot of evil that comes from combo. There's a lot of great that comes from combo. There's
Absolutely.
a lot of... Turns out this was a very nuanced issue that warranted an hour of discussion.
Yeah. There's so many combos. Magic is a game made of combos. I think people should be more open-minded to it and more supportive when you start storming off or you you find your combo pieces and you take pride in them. But I think some combos or comboing too much can be upsetting when someone's trying to play their deck and try new things. So have those pregame conversations. Make sure that your table is okay with the way that you're playing and that you're okay with the way that they're playing, and try to have fun. It's all about spending time with the people you care about and making friends with new people.
Exactly. And if you win a game with an infinite combo, my challenge for you is take it out and replace it with a different infinite combo. That way, your opponents don't see it coming. And that is the best advice that I can give you right here on the ScrubPod Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today, Derek.
Thank you for having me. It's always an honor to be on the show.
I'm glad. And for the listeners that made it to the end, thank you so much. You're the best. You're the best. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this with your neighbor, share this with your dog, share this with your governor, call your senator, tell them to listen to the podcast, and also tell them to get their shit fucking together.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Tell them to get their shit together, listeners.
Listeners, throw a bottle at your local congressman or woman. Honestly, we just need to throw more bottles at politicians. But this is a magic podcast, not necessarily a political podcast. I've been Andy, joined by Derek. And Derek, we close this off with our signature catchphrase, which is...
Spider-Verse is real.
No, it's I love you. Because I love you, Derek, and I love all of our listeners.
I love you too, Andy, and I love our listeners as well.
Alrighty, take care, y'all.
Bye.